Thanks to the Internet Society for providing the live stream today. So welcome to Space Apps. Hopefully that video, for those of you who saw it in person, was informative. It was posted on the the Space Apps YouTube last night at 5 o'clock when we officially kicked things off. So, who am I? I'm Nate. Hopefully I'll get to meet most of you through the rest of the day. I teach here at Kingsborough College. I'm the coordinator for the UX design program, and I've been an organizer for hackathons for many, many years. It's been a while. Things changed sometime between 2020 and the last few years when people started to meet up again in person. And this event is a hybrid event, as you might have noticed. What's been really interesting is I attended the first Space Apps in 2012 in New York City. And when I reconnected, and this is my first time organizing a Space Apps, I was surprised to find out that it's grown pretty exponentially since the pandemic. So last year there was nearly 60,000 participants worldwide. So those of you who know what that means, being part of a hackathon, there's this kind of massive global community. And actually this site is just one of many sites all around the world that's participating in this very challenge. And we'll talk a little bit about judging and how that works. And many of you who work on projects here today will be able to compete against, for kind of space cred, to actually get your projects featured on a global stage. So it's been growing year over year. There's a lot of really amazing people connected. I've been on the organizer Slack for the past few months. People in India, people in Europe, people all across the United States are all doing this exact same thing today along with you. So you're part of this global community. And because we have a live stream here, there are several people who are going to be participating virtually. So consider yourselves part of this larger community, and people who are even participating virtually are going to be able to work with you on your projects. Oops. So how many of you have never been to Kingsborough College before? Curiosity. Few hands. Okay, cool. Welcome. So I've never been to Kingsborough before I started teaching here 3 years ago, and hopefully you've seen it's a beautiful campus, lovely community here, wonderful programs. You'll meet some of the faculty, some of the staff are here from various departments. So if you have any interest in learning more about what it's like to be a student here or the programs we have, please take advantage. The other thing is that who's volunteers? Raise your hand. I think a lot of people are at the table, photographers. Great. So these are all students. Most of them are students at Kingsborough College. Really couldn't have made this event happen without them. They are the ones that you can kind of go to. So Lamar is raising his hand in the back if you want to just take a peek. If you have any help, Envy's there. If you need any help, they're here to help you. All right. Now, I'd like to welcome Professor Stephen Jaret. Really early on when I started this hackathon, or at least the idea of wanting to do a hackathon, being involved in the art department, I knew I needed to get somebody with some space experience or credibility. So thankfully, Professor Stephen Jaret has been a helpful advisor and partner on this project. So I want to invite him up to talk a little bit about his background and how he can help with your projects. You can hold it too.
Well, good morning, and welcome to Kingsborough Community College. It's really exciting to see all of you all here. I'm a professor in the physical sciences department. I work primarily with NASA's Planetary Science Division, looking at our solar system, everything from the origins to meteorites to our Earth. And I'm really excited, and I want to thank Nate again for organizing this. This is a great opportunity for y'all to really experience what NASA's all about. We think a lot of times you'll see the images of faraway galaxies or images of our moon, and that's sort of what we picture for NASA. But one thing I hope that you get out of this weekend is really the range of things that NASA does. Everything from mapping the earliest part of the universe, to understanding how suns and stars form, to even more practical things like the army of satellites around Earth, army in the number sense, not in the physical army, things that look down on our Earth to track weather and climate, and even assist in disaster recovery like unfortunately we saw down in the southeast after Hurricane Helene. All of that data that NASA collects about the universe, the Earth, our planet, our world, is public data. As a government agency, NASA's mission is to collect data for use by scientists and for use by everyone. So you'll see with the challenges and the data sets you have, these are examples of many of the data sets which all are public. So I encourage you to think about what this data means, how you use it, and beyond the challenge, know that all this data is available for you, for others, and it's sort of the community-wide effort that really makes what NASA does accessible to the rest of the world. So good luck on your challenges.
Thank you, Stephen. Thank you, Stephen. And Stephen will be here around as a mentor. I'll talk a little bit about how that works. How many of you have ever been to a hackathon before? You have been to a hackathon before? Okay. How many of you have never been to a hackathon before? Raise your hands. Okay. So every one of the mentors and anyone helping out, if you've been to a hackathon before, these are your people that you want to help out or answer questions to. The whole point of today is to have fun and to do cool stuff. So let's talk about what that looks like in terms of the formal organization of today and tomorrow, okay? So basically, you might have noticed on the back tables, there are these challenges. Professor Jaret mentioned that NASA provides this data. So basically, each challenge was defined by NASA as something that they need help developing potential solutions for. And they have a lot of information, whether that be data, imagery, just raw numbers. And they want you to come up with ideas to build websites or build slideshows, presentations, educational material. The challenge itself kind of details what they're looking for. If you go to the back of the room, if you're here in person, there's a QR code, and each of the QR codes, if you scan that, that will tell you essentially a little bit more about the project as well as what materials are available for the project, okay? Now you have to be on a team to be able to submit to the competition. So even if it's a team of one person, you do have to create a team. Our goal here is to help facilitate the creation of the teams today. So ideally by 4 o'clock today, everyone should have a team and be working, because tomorrow morning when you come back, you can just pop in and start working immediately. You're actually not even prohibited from working on it through the night if you wanted to. However, we are prohibited in staying on campus past 5 o'clock, so you can work on it just remotely. But that's also why if you haven't joined our group Slack channel, you can recruit people from that. There are people who are joining virtually. There's about 96 or so participants signed up right now. So if you don't have a person or you need help with something, feel free to reach out to that community. And I'll talk a little bit more about some of the resources as well. If you are applying your project for global, which we hope everybody will, the official submission is tomorrow evening, 11:59. Now, tomorrow we want to be able to give you feedback. And so we do have a panel of judges. You're going to meet all of them today. Some are on Zoom, some are here in person. And basically, those judges, when we go through the ceremony tomorrow, we'll give you an award. That award hopefully will be indicative of what we think about your project and what we think are the best projects. It doesn't guarantee that you'll move on to global. And because we're doing the judging earlier in the day, we hope that you will continue your projects through to the submission deadline so you can make it even better. So the goal by tomorrow is to have a really good project, something really fun, and that you are excited and feel good about what you're presenting or sending off to the global competition. So that being said, our timeline is a little bit fluid here, so we're just kicking things off. There is now coffee. Thank you, Professor Mintz, for bringing the coffee. And we did do a survey. It's on the handout there. This is just for us to kind of get a sense of who's in the room. So once we get the names of the teams, if you already have a team, just grab one of the volunteers. We're going to collect a list of everybody. And we want to make sure that every team has an opportunity to present what they've worked on tomorrow to get feedback and be given awards tomorrow during the judging portion of the event. Okay? So make sure you form a team and make sure that you let us know what your team is and what you're working on. You may have heard, how many of you know that there's these offers available from Global? One person? Few people? Okay, cool. So there's a handout we gave. If you have any questions about these, the volunteers should be relatively prepped on them. I would also lean on the people here. Some of you have really deep tech skills. Some of you have built digital products before. Some of you have built websites, animations, etc. Some of you have never done any of that stuff, and that's okay. And the goal here is to help each other. So feel free to reach out and just say, I need help with this thing, okay? I'll talk a little bit about the mentors and who's here to kind of help with specific things in a minute, but these are really great things that are available to you to complete your project. To get the offers, you go to the Space Apps website, click on your icon, you have to be logged in, and then there's a little offers drop down. There's also this global forum under GitHub discussions. So this is actually connecting you to the entire Space Apps community. So use this forum if you need help with the offers or your project or you get stuck. There's also sort of like global mentors. They mentioned in the video, I forget what the term is, it's not called mentor, but there's people who can help with this specific offer things as well. So if you're having trouble getting help, you can also go here. Okay, now we are to the part where you can learn who's in the room and how they can help. So some people are here today and some people are going to be joining tomorrow and some people are going to be here both days. All right, so you've already met Professor Stephen Jaret. He's going to be here helping out. Do you want to just say quickly what they can ask you about?
Yeah, so I'm a professor in physical sciences, and so I'm sort of here to help you sort of understand the data sets. If you have questions about what kind of data, what applications of the data sets might be, particularly things involving solar system or astronomy.
Perfect. Tommy, you want to come up?
Thanks, Nate. Hi, I'm Tommy Mintz. I'm an associate professor of photography here at Kingsborough Community College. I have a little bit of experience with Python and related libraries relating to photography and imaging. So I'm happy to help with that. And thanks,
Cool.
Nate.
Of course. Thanks. Tommy, I'm also going to point out that there's a bunch of equipment that we brought into the back of the room, and Tommy has experience with most of it. If you have questions, we have other things that we can loan for the duration, including Raspberry Pi and a few other things. If you want, they're not here now, but let him know. All right, and there's another couple mentors over to your left. If you want to turn to the left of the room, you can see the mentors here.
Hi, I'm Amara Kennedy, class of 2010 Kingsborough, so it's really great to be here. I am a data analyst for the city of New York. I do a lot of data storytelling, data visualization, so you have a Tableau free thing for participants. I can kind of help you guys tell your story if you're doing a data project. I also have some familiarity with Python libraries specifically for data analysis and data cleanup.
I'm Tom Eaton. I'm the associate professor of animation here at Kingsborough, and my forte is animation. So if there's any incorporation of that in your projects that you might be able to use some help with, I use a lot of Cinema 4D, Toon Boom Harmony, Adobe Animate, that I may be able to help out with. Some familiarity with Blender, but After Effects and Photoshop even has animation in it. So if there's anything anybody would like to consult on for that, I'm happy to help out. And Nate also mentioned even the idea of storytelling plays into the way that you're going to present your projects. So to sort of think about how you do that from a storytelling point of view, and I'm happy to help out. I was also going to say I'm here on Saturday, today.
Hello, my name is Manuel Maga. I am applied scientist at Amazon Web Services. So please feel free to, if you have any question about machine learning or NLP or any other AI related stuff. So yeah, I'm happy to help here.
And I think Dimple will be here shortly. If you didn't notice or haven't looked or read the whole slide, the stars are the judges. So these are the official global judges. So they'll be here tomorrow. As you might have guessed, Professor Stephen Jaret is already here. Lily and Jaden are both going to be here tomorrow. Sebastian might be here later today. So those are the people that you're going to want to impress. Also, as Professor Eaton mentioned, this is a lot about storytelling. Hopefully you're going to have a lot of fun and learn a lot about science, but the presentations and the judging criteria is all about what do you do with that science? What do you do with that data? So it's really about being creative and about being able to present something that's actually, from my understanding, part of the premise of the whole event is how do you take complex information and make it digestible and interesting to people. So hopefully you have enough resources kind of balanced, and you'll get a sense of what the judges are looking for. So for those of you who are here today or tomorrow, or both days, there's this space in here. In a little bit, you can go to the back. If you don't have a group, what I would recommend is you congregate near where the challenge is that you're interested in working on, so that you can actually form a group today, because that's the goal, is to get a group so that you can actually build something by tomorrow. Once you have your group, there's lots of room here. We're following the schedule in terms of the lunches, so lunch will be here around noon or 1. But you can, while you're working, hopefully you're on the Wi-Fi network, there's all this space out here, there's tables, there's little conference rooms over here. So feel free to spread out and just work where it makes the most sense for you. We have a bunch of paper, pens, Sharpies, Post-it notes, things like that, so feel free to take advantage of those. I did also mention in the back there are several VR headsets provided by the art department and a few other hardware goodies. If you are interested, talk to Professor Mintz about those. Cool. So I just wanted to show another quick video just so everybody knows what's expected as far as the criteria for how to submit a project.
In this video, we'll explain the judging and awards process for the 2024 NASA Space Apps Challenge. In order for your team to be eligible for judging, your project must respond to one of the challenges for this year. However, projects submitted to create your own challenge will not be eligible for global judging. All members must be registered for the hackathon and appear on the Members tab of your team's page. All team members must also be signed up for a local event. A team member who is waitlisted for a local event does not qualify as being signed up. Your project must also meet all project submission requirements, which you can find in the Navigating the Hackathon series or the project submission guide. All participants that submit a project on the website by the deadline will receive a certificate of participation, regardless of if they advance to the next stages of the judging and awards process. Judges from each phase will evaluate submitted projects by the following criteria: influence, creativity, validity, relevance, and presentation. Check out the Judging and Awards Guide for more details on each of these criteria. NASA Space Apps judging occurs in 3 phases. Phase 1 is local event and universal event judging, where the global nominees are determined. Phase 2 is global judging, where the global finalists and the global finalist honorable mentions are determined. And lastly, Phase 3 is executive judging, where the global winners are determined. Phase 1 is local event judging and determining the global nominees, as well as universal event judging. Following the hackathon, all projects will be submitted and evaluated by a panel of local judges at each local event. These judges will evaluate the projects submitted and determine which teams will advance to become global nominees. Local leads and local judges may also award local prizes. The teams that win local prizes will not necessarily be the same teams that advance to global judging. This will be determined by the panel of local judges. For the universal event, projects submitted will be evaluated by a team of subject matter experts who will select the top projects to advance to global judging. The number of universal event teams that advance to global judging will be proportional to the number of projects that advance to global judging from local events, usually around 1 global nominee per 10 projects submitted. Phase 2 is determining global finalists and honorable mentions. During global judging, all global nominees will be reviewed by a team of subject matter experts from NASA and the 2024 Space Agency partners. The selected top teams will move on to executive judging and will be known as the global finalists. Phase 3 is when we announce the global winners. During executive judging, the global finalists will be reviewed by an executive committee, including individuals from NASA and the 2024 Space Agency partners. Each global finalist project will be evaluated by each executive judge. The executive committee from the final round of judging will nominate teams for one of 10 global awards. The award categories are as follows: Best Use of Science, Best Use of Data, Best Use of Technology, Galactic Impact, Best Mission Concept, Most Inspirational, Best Storytelling Award, Global Connection Award, Art and Technology Award, and finally, the Local Impact Award. The winner's announcement will be announced via social media featuring each of the global winners. The global winners will also be invited to the Winner's Celebration, which may include a visit to a NASA center or facility. The Winner's Celebration will provide participants with exclusive opportunities, such as engaging with NASA leaders and subject matter experts, sharing their NASA Space Apps projects, and learning about exciting scientific developments across NASA. While awards are an exciting and compelling reason to participate in the NASA Space Apps Challenge, NASA Space Apps is, at its core, a collaborative event, not a competitive one. We hope that participants have the opportunity to learn, grow, and share. We celebrate all of your ideas and efforts, whether you receive an award or not. Good luck! In this video, we'll explain how to submit your project for the 2024 NASA Space Apps Challenge. Project submission opens on Saturday, October 5th, 2024 at 9 a.m. local time and closes on Sunday, October 6th, 2024 at 11:59 p.m. according to the time zone of your team owner's local event. If your team is registered for the universal event, project submission opens Saturday, October 5th at 9 a.m. and closes Sunday, October 6th at 11:59 p.m. in accordance with the local time of your team owner's area of residence. Once you create or join the team, you will be able to edit your team's project submission page. The project submission page is where your team will provide all of the details about your project. This is the page that the judges will review. The more information you provide on this page, the better the judges can rate your submission. To access your team's project page, hover over your profile icon in the upper right corner of the web page. Go to My Team and click on your team. Head to the Project tab on your team's page and click the blue Edit Details button. Fill out or edit all of the required information. There are a few functions that will help you when editing your team's project submission page. Lock. If you have multiple team members who might be trying to edit your project at the same time, you can toggle the lock button to on. This will let other team members know you are making changes to the Projects tab so that they do not try to make edits at the same time. However, be aware that they can still remove the lock and make changes to the project, overriding any changes you had not yet saved. Save progress. Save your project often so you do not lose your work. You can save your work as many times as you like before submission by clicking the blue Save Progress button. You will be required to fill out the following questions when submitting your project. 1. Project name. 2. High-level project summary. 3. Link to project demo. Here, participants are required to create a short demonstration or a demo of their project, either in the form of a slide presentation with a 7-slide limit or a video presentation with a 30-second limit. See the project submission guide for more details. 4. Participants must answer the question of including a link to their final project. 5. Having a detailed project description. 6. Including NASA and space agency partner data. You are welcome to use any open data in your project. However, to be eligible for a global award, you must use data or resources from NASA. 7. Participants must include their resources. And 8. Answer a question regarding the use of artificial intelligence. Once you're ready to submit your project, take these steps on the project submission page. Agree to and check the terms and conditions and the Confirm All Work as Original boxes in the Additional Information section. Select Submit for judging. If you have not completed all the required sections on the project page, you will not be allowed to proceed. You automatically get a certificate within the Profile section of the website, and it will be reviewed by the corresponding local judges or subject matter experts. Good luck!
Cool. Hopefully that makes sense. If you have any questions about that, we can help with that or use the GitHub discussions to ask questions about project submissions. Project submissions, obviously, in this case, you have to register your group and the project and submit it for a global competition. I mentioned that we want to get your group names today as well. To make things easier, there is a channel on the Slack group. You can just drop your name under the team-meetup channel to make sure that we have it. The goal here is just to make sure we give everybody time for presentations tomorrow, because when you're submitting to global, that's really the key thing. Obviously, we're going to give an award, and you're going to get the recognition from the local group here, but the judges here will be trying to help you make your project better so that, and they're going to be the ones that actually submit to global. So that's really the goal here. Make sure we know who your team is and what help you need. And if you need help forming teams, there's a lot of people in the team meetup channel now looking for teams. There, as I said, there's a lot of people who aren't here right now who are joining virtually, but there's also people who are going to be coming a little bit later. So you might be able to get people to come in sooner.